Hello and welcome to LeadMaster. In this video, I'm going to show you how to measure email campaigns. And in particular, we're going to measure today how many people have opened my email campaign. So there's two ways to do this. We can either use the reporting from campaigns or we can mark this through workflow. First, let me show you how to do this through the reporting in campaigns. We are going to go to campaigns and email campaigns. You can see this one I've launched earlier today, and I have 4 sent and 2 opened. If I want to have more information on the ones that have been opened, I can click on my email campaign name for more information. So here we have our email campaign. Make sure that the correct name is in the drop-down. The summary tells us the total messages sent and the total messages opened. Our summary reports give us a little bit more information on opens and clicks. You can see how many times they've opened it and when they clicked on it. You can also see which ones are unopened, opened and unopened. And you can also see opens over time and clicks. Clicks are whether you have links in your email and whether or not people have clicked on that particular link. Detail reports gives you more detail. We can see opens by time, by email addresses, and also clicks by each individual link and clicks by email addresses, as well as ones that are unopened and people who have opted out of your email campaign. So the email campaign reporting allows you to have some basic reports to keep track of who has opened your email campaigns and who has clicked on what. Now the second way to do this is through workflow. And this is whether you want to have it labeled directly on the record that that person has opened the email. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to do this through marketing activity. So first I need to set up my marketing activity before I set up my workflow. So let's go to the main administration menu, customize screens and fields / record management. Let's go to Manage Reference Tables. By clicking on the reference table, we can choose which one we want to use. We're going to look for Marketing Activity. Once you find it, click on it. And I'm going to add a record. I'm going to label this Opened Emails. If you want to put in more information, you can. But in this case, all I really need is the title. So I'm going to click Submit. So now that we've added this to our marketing activity, I am going to go to the main administration menu and go down to Marketing Automation / Workflow Management now to set up my workflow to label this whenever someone clicks on an email message. I'm going to add a new rule, give this a name. I'm going to say Opened Emails again. And the rule applies when this is going to need to be changed. It usually defaults to updating an existing record, but instead we want this to say an email recipient opens a message. Click Save. And here is our if-then statement. So if is the condition, then is going to be the action. So for the condition, you can get as detailed with this as you want it to be. In this case, we're going to say always because we want to mark it whenever anyone opens an email message. But say, for example, if you want to get more detailed, you can choose lead status. So if the email recipient is in a particular status and they're opening this email, we can mark them differently than another status. Or we can do a particular campaign. So if they're in a particular campaign when they open the email, that will mark them differently. Or even if they're in a particular city or state or zip code, we can label them differently based on many factors that are listed in this drop-down. But in this case, we're going to make this always. Now, the following then resulting action is going to be marking the record that they've opened the email campaign. So I'm going to add an action. So there are lots of different actions that I have in this list. In this case, I'm going to add an activity. Click Next. Choose our marketing activity that we created. Opened emails. If you have a status, you can mark a status. So we can either add it to the primary contact in the record or all the contacts in the record. So it depends on what you want to see. In this case, I think it's going to be the primary contact in the record. Click Submit. So now we have, whenever an email recipient opens an email message, that they get added to an activity that they've opened the emails. Now, to see everyone who's opened the email, we just need to go to Search, scroll down to Marketing Activity, choose your marketing activity, click Search, and here we have the people who have opened our emails. And this concludes the tutorial on how to measure email campaigns, including how to measure whether people have opened your email from a campaign or not.